Welcome to the video content on plant tissues. In this content, we will learn what is tissue, classification of plant tissues, meristematic tissues, permanent tissues, types of simple permanent tissues, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, epidermis, types of complex permanent tissues, xylem and phloem. What is tissue? We will begin this lesson with understanding what is tissue. A tissue is a group of similar cells arising from the same origin and they work together to perform and carry out a specific function. Tissues are present in both plants and animals. Plants and animals possess many different kinds of tissues. Different types of tissues have a distinctive structure suited for functions they perform. Plant tissues are different from animal tissues with respect to many aspects. Plant tissues is divided into following two types. Number 1, meristematic tissue, and number 2, permanent tissues. Meristematic tissue. Now we will understand what is meristematic tissue. Meristematic cells have thin cell wall, dense cytoplasm containing single large nucleus, and they lack vacuoles, or if present, then very few in number. They are spherical, oval, polygonal or rectangular in shape. These cells do not have intracellular spaces between them. They are capable of dividing continuously to produce new cells. These cells are present only at the growing regions of the plant such as shoot tip, root tip and cambium. Main function of meristematic cells is to form new cells continuously so as to increase length and girth of the plant. On the basis of the region where meristematic tissues are present, they are divided into following types. 1. Apical meristem. Present at the growing tips of stems and roots and enables them to grow in lengths. 2. Lateral meristem. These occur beneath the bark of the tree in the form of cork cambium and also in the vascular bundles of dicots in the form of vascular cambium. They cause increase in girth of plants. And 3. Intercalary meristem. Present at the leaf base, leaf sheaths or at the internodes, and they produce buds which develop in axillary branches or axillary floral branches. The given image illustrates different types of meristematic tissues of plants. Permanent tissues. These are group of cells which are derived from meristematic tissues. They lose the power of division and attain definite shape and size to form specialized tissues which perform specific functions. They may be living or dead. For example, parenchyma as living and dead as sclerenchyma. Permanent tissues are classified into following two types. 1. Simple permanent tissues. Composed of one type of cells which are similar in origin, structure and function, it can be further classified into parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, epidermis, that is surface tissue. Number 2. Complex permanent tissues. These tissues consist of more than one type of cells and they coordinate to perform a common function. Vascular or conductive tissues is an example of complex tissues present in plants. It is present in stem roots and leaves and are interconnected to each other. Examples of complex vascular tissues are xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem both are conductive tissues and they together constitute a vascular bundle. The main function of xylem and phloem is to transport water, minerals and food materials within the plant body. Simple permanent tissues. Parenchyma. Parenchyma cells are the fundamental and basic tissue of plants. They have thin-walled, circular or polygonal cells. These cells are living, unspecialized, possess nucleus and are loosely packed so that large intercellular spaces are formed between cells. They are widely distributed in plant bodies such as stem, roots, leaves, fruits and flowers. Function. The main function of these cells is to store and assimilate food as in potato, beet, etc. They provide mechanical support by maintaining turgidity of cell. Some of these cells store waste materials such as gum, tannin, chemical crystals, etc. Pigmented chromoplasts provide color to flowers and fruits. Chloroplasts containing chlorenchyma cells prepare food by the process of photosynthesis. The given image illustrates structure of parenchyma cells in plants. Collenchyma. These cells show uneven thickening of cell wall due to cellulose and pectin at the corners of the cell where numbers of cells join together. They are mostly found in the hypodermal region of the stems and leaf stalks between the epidermis. Function: they provide mechanical support, elasticity, tensile strength to the plant body. These cells allow flexibility and easy bending to various parts of the plants such as leaves, twigs and stem. Sclerenchyma. It is the chief mechanical tissue of plants consisting of thick-walled dead cells. These cells are elongated, narrow, pointed at both the ends and uniformly thickened due to the disposition of linin. Cell walls are strong, rigid and impermeable to water. They are located in the stems around vascular bundles, in the veins of the leaves and in the hardening cover of seeds, and is classified into two elements: fibers and sclerites. Function: to give strength and rigidity to the plant. Epidermis, surface tissue. Entire surface of the flowers, leaves, stems and roots of the plants consists of single outermost layer of cells called epidermis. Most of the epidermal cells are flat and forms continuous sheets of cells without intercellular spaces. Epidermis may be thicker in plants growing in dry habitats, as in cactus, for prevention of water loss. Function: protect all parts of the plants. Stomata. They are small pores found in the epidermis of leaves. Function: helps transpiration and in exchange of gases between the plants and the atmosphere. The given image illustrates structure of stomata present in the leaves of the plants. Complex permanent tissues, xylem. Many of its cells are dead and have thick cell wall. Xylem forms the conductive part of the plant body and transports minerals, salts and water from the roots to the upper region. Xylem is composed of following types. 1. Tracheids. These are thick-walled elongated dead tube-like cells with tapering ends which are impermeable to water. They are found in pteridophytes, gymnosperms and primitive angiosperms. They act like pipes to allow water and dissolved materials to flow through them. Different elements of xylem are shown in the given figure. Vessels. These are long tubular structure formed by number of dead cells arranged end to end with their transverse walls dissolved such that it becomes continuous tubes. They act like pipes to allow water and dissolved materials to flow through them. The thickening of their walls show various kinds of pattern. Number 3. Xylem parenchyma. They are living thin-walled cells and help in storage of food materials such as starch and fatty materials. Number 4. Xylem fibers. These are thick-walled and lignified dead fiber cells and provide mechanical support to the tissue. Complex permanent tissues, phloem. Forms conductive of vascular system in plant body and conducts prepared food from leaves to storage organs and growing regions. The transport of food in phloem takes place in both the directions. Phloem is composed of following component elements. 1. Sieve tubes. These are the main conducting part of phloem. They are formed of elongated cylindrical cells with perforated walls and are arranged in vertical rows. The entire porous plate is called sieve plate. They help in conduction of prepared food from leaves to storage organ and growing regions. Different elements of phloemare shown in the figure are companion cell, sieve element, sieve plate, fiber. Phloem. Number 2. Companion cells. These are elongated living cells with dense cytoplasm and distinct nucleus present surrounding sieve tube elements. They help to regulate the metabolic activities of the sieve tube elements. Number 3. Phloem fiber. They are elongated tapering dead cells having thickened walls and are found particularly in the stem. They provide mechanical strength to the plants. Number 4. Phloem parenchyma. They are living cells with thin cell walls and form the packing tissue between all the other types of cells. They store food materials such as starch. Different types of plant tissues. The given image illustrates structure and arrangement of different types of tissues present in the plants. The given animation explains the functioning of conduction tissues of plants. It shows how water, minerals and food materials are transported through xylem and phloem in plants. Classification of plant tissues. The schematic diagram explains about the classification of plant tissues. Test yourself. These are some few questions for you. Please revise the concept by solving them on your own. Thank you. This content was developed under Akash School project. This project is funded by NME ICT and MHRD Government of India. If you wish to contact us, please mail us at the given email ID. Thank you for watching this content.